fraud analysis or forensic analysis, the entire sequence of crime that has happened till the time it is verified whether the crime actually happened by a legal perspective. That becomes
Okay.
forensic analysis, including time stamping, data retrieval, everything.
All right.
That becomes
Interesting.
forensic analysis there.
Okay. So that's what really matters, isn't it?
Very much yes.
Impressive.
In
Okay.
case if the data is not presented in the right format at the court of law, the case may go against the victim.
Mm-hmm.
I am working on two cases wherein there was a company in Mumbai from whom data was stolen. People who were working in the company started a company in Bangalore by stealing the source code along with the test users.
Mm.
Now here in Mumbai, the day they started, they had 1,000 plus users.
Wow.
Obviously,
1,000 plus users.
1,000 plus users on day one of going live.
Okay. Hmm.
No company in the world can have 1,000 plus users on day one of going live.
Okay.
Whereas the parent company is still struggling with less than 200 users.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting statistic, isn't it?
Very much.
Very interesting. Very much. Okay. So I think one more question that I have to ask for you, right? So now
Mhm.
in these times, traveling is restricted. There's a lot of other
True.
challenges, but you still have to sell. You still have to make customers. You still have to make your profits.
Very
Okay.
much.
And for a founder, this is something that is it's very important. I mean, you can't run away from that fact of life. Of course, thanks to platforms like Vidphone and the work that is being done by innovations, around this, right, remote sales and all that. So, how do you use technology? What are your productivity tools, resources that you use that could be helpful to the founders or listening in?
One is Vidphone.
Yeah,
I have attended quite a few events on Vidphone and he has connected quite a few people, prospective clients.
good, good, excellent.
And NASCOM itself conducts a few seminars, NASCOM and Data Security Council of India. So I connected there as well. And that is
Okay,
where, and then we take it to the next level.
of course, yeah. After that, the conversations has to be very private. They are
True,
very
true,
one-on-one. Yeah,
true. You got to interact, you got to first create an, you got to first meet them. I mean,
hmm,
on these platforms, and once you have the connect, then yes, you can take it forward.
correct. So you got to build the goodwill, the relationship, the rapport,
Right,
and then you take it forward, isn't it?
right,
That's what you're very
right.
clearly saying.
Other, for example, there was this global fintech forum somewhere in the month of June, if I'm not wrong.
Hmm.
I connected with a few people, and I'm still talking to them to get a business. So it takes
Good.
time. Yes,
It takes
one thing
time.
is very important. Yes, we need to be patient.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Yeah.
One thing I have learned from this after starting Cyberpack is to be patient. Be patient like a saint. If you're
Okay.
impatient, then this thing is not for you.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. No, nice one. Nice one. Especially they say, right, B2B sales can take 4 months, 6 months. Suddenly, out of the blue, they will come back and give you a
True,
big business.
true,
But you got
true.
to maintain the relations.
Exactly. I tell you, there was this manufacturing company with whom we have been interacting for the past 1.5 years.
Okay. Wow.
They are showing interest, however, not signed the contract yet.
Okay.
Patience pays.
Interesting.
I'm sure we will get the contract, we'll get the project, but then no, you can't push them as well
Yeah.
because they have their own set of they,
Interesting.
they
No,
take their
you
own
can't
still
push
time.
them.
Yeah, you can't push them at all. Just because you want the project doesn't mean that you ask them to go out of turn.
Yes. So I'll ask you this one question then, right?
Sure,
So
please.
you're saying that we keep talking about soft skills, technology skills, but
Correct.
this also means that learning the virtue of patience, following up, is also equally important as you try to deal with the B2B sales. So tough. It is so tough, isn't it, Chetan?
Very much, yes. The client any client, for example, even if it's a prospective client, if we fix up a time, we should ensure that we call him back at the right time, at the time that he has specified. Just because we were busy, we cannot, skip and call at some other time. That reminds me of a particular client. He asked me to call exactly at 1 p.m. somewhere in Bangalore itself. So I called him exactly at 1 p.m. and that impressed him and he gave me the project there and then without even discussing what it was. So yeah, we got to be patient. We got to be articulate in what we say, in what we will doing. Our scope has to be defined clearly. We cannot just talk in air. That's not possible.
Okay.
And yes, at the right time.
Yeah. So Chetak, I want to also ask you this one question, right? So when you prepare yourself
Mhm.
to connect with a prospective client, a customer, decision maker, customer validation in terms of research work, and knowing what exactly you have to say to them, that articulation, you said you have to be articulate.
Correct.
So how do you prepare? How do you research work as a founder who also has to wear a sales cap? How do you go about it?
Well, a founder wears many, many hats, not just a
Okay.
sales hat, but also the finance hat and also the legal hat. So yeah, LinkedIn is one such platform. We get
Okay.
almost everything on LinkedIn and try to see if we have some common connects and ask them about their feedback about the other person. If they know them, fair enough. If not, then yes, we do our own search. Background verification has to be done. The Since everything comes down to money, if the person gives the project but not in the position to pay for the services, it doesn't make sense to us as well.
Yes. Yeah. Customer is someone who pays ultimately and on time.
Obviously, yes, obviously, sir. You know very good.
Good. No, no, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, man. So just to understand from you, Chetak, right? See, now there will be times for a founder when, there are tough times, money is not coming in, you're facing a lot of challenges. But if you have to move beyond the circle of influence or referrals or whatever it is, or LinkedIn,
Mhm.
correct? You got to position yourself as someone who's trusted, as a thought leader, someone whom enterprises can work with. So it's not about
Mhm.
startup to startup, it's enterprises who are willing to trust you with business,
Correct.
right? So how do you build that trust as a founder? What are the steps that you must take? What are the investments that you must make in your presence, in your in your reputation, in your brand? What should you be doing?
Well, across the globe, there have been so many information security conferences that is going on right now. You be just as a visitor, just an audience in any of these, and you have a connect. You talk to them. You talk to the audience over there itself. Though I understand it's very very tough time on everybody's pocket. You can't sponsor an event. You can't sponsor a poster and everything. So I'm sure you do get or the list of audience who have attended that events, connect with them, speak to them. For most important, invest time. Nothing happens overnight. I've been talking to a few companies in Europe and also in US since the month of March. Now they are showing interest. So 10 months is I've just been talking nonsense kind of thing. So it's nothing but investment that I'm making there. Of course, with the belief that I will get at least something out of it. If not in 1 year, maybe 2 years down the line.
Okay. So one, Chetak, a lot of people keep telling me this, that they prefer to talk to people from outside of India,
Mhm.
and a lot of customers are they're getting, especially for someone like you who's doing a very niche but very important service provision. Okay. So how is that working for you? Like, is it Indian customers you're getting outside of India? How are people approaching you? What is the process that is, helping you as a founder to grow?
Honestly speaking, in India, companies are yet to realize cybersecurity is very, very important. You know the number of attacks that have happened in India. 3 weeks ago, Haldiram was attacked, and 2 weeks ago, it was Mithas. These two are not IT companies or anything related to technology. They are related to uh, restaurants. Not even restaurants, they are sweet manufacturing companies. Companies need to be educated that cyber security is not, or say hackers do not look at only IT. Anything that is vulnerable can be attacked. Now, Haldirams and Mithas, they might have had some specific uh, signature sweets or dishes. Now, what if somebody steals those recipes? Haldiram Bhujia, we all know how good it is. They add the specific spices. What if somebody steals those spices and the market of Haldiram goes for a toss then?
That's interesting, isn't it? That's their IP, the recipes.
Correct.
That's why it makes it so tasty.
Exactly. At the same time, yes, Indian customers they are now realizing the importance of cybersecurity. However, outside they know that cybersecurity is very, very important, and they have been working because the fact that industrial revolution happened first in the West and then it came to East. So again, the same thing, technology was first developed in the West and now it's coming to the East. So they are more aware of it.
Yeah, that's a good one. And also, Chirag, I would love you to share some any of the blogs that you have written, etc. And I would like to invite you sometime to do a small session of maybe 20 minutes talking about simple things for our audience, our community. I will take up that if you don't mind. I will reach out to you for that at sometime in the future.
Perfect. I'm all for it. I'm writing a blog. I have not completed one, so I will not be able to share it right away. But yes, blog will be available in my website very, very soon.
Thank you for that. Okay, and Chetak, I want to ask you a couple of other questions, right?
Sure, please.
Who are the coaches and mentors that you look up to or talk to?
There are many, many coaches. Some there are some whom I follow on LinkedIn. I do interact with them, and whenever I'm in doubt, yes, I do ask them some in the department as well, police department, since also I'm into forensic investigation. So yes, I do get guidance from them.
So good, and you make it a point to keep in touch with them because this is something that I want to really bring up, right? A lot of times, founders they're not building their virtual mentors or their advisory boards. They don't have people experienced founders to talk to. So, and isn't that important?
It's very, very important. It's not just when you start the company, even when you have a few clients, say 10, 15 clients, even then go back and approach them because they have seen these things. They have been in your shoes. We are, for us, it is new, but for them, it is their daily work. They might be advisors in various companies. They might know the technology, but they would know how to manage these things. And their suggestions or guidance would be of immense help, not only for the startups, not only for the founders, but also for the founders to manage their own team members. We should not look at advisors only to get the funding or the sales part. We should as well look at them for managing the team members. And in this scenario, the present scenario, it is very, very tough. You never know who might leave anytime because we do not have a control on anybody. We cannot keep an eye on any of our team members.
True, true, true.
The only way we can do is to sweet talk them, give them what they want, and of course, resolve the issues in case if they have any. But then to be motivated at all times is not possible. So go back to your advisors, go back to your mentors, speak to them, be frank, talk to them. This is what I'm facing, and help me, guide me, or whatever word you want. Be frank.
Interesting. Very nice, Jagat. I know. I mean, I want to know. The Jagat is a founder of Vidphone. Chetak, you have got Cyber Pact. I keep talking to a lot of these founders, and it's not an easy journey. It is emotionally also very tough. So,
Oh, yeah.
as a founder, what are you doing to keep yourself, motivated in terms of fitness, in terms of your ability to, come what may, every morning you have to get up and do business. It doesn't matter whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday or a holiday. As a founder, you have to drive yourself and your team, and you have to make things happen. So, what are some of those techniques? Some of these hacks or
First and
whatever you want to
foremost,
call
I
it.
would say you can't be a part-time entrepreneur. You are taken out from the mind that if you're an entrepreneur, you will have to be 24 bar 7, 365 days entrepreneur. Any person who says that I'll do two jobs, one working somewhere and also starting this side by side, doesn't happen. First, you have to change your mindset. Second is, well, my mantra is, or say, what I do is I meditate twice a day, once before I hit the bed and once when I get up. And of course, I do jog, and thanks to that, I'm still fit, physically very fit.
No, but I think jogging, yeah, but I think that meditation and that other things that
Meditation
you do.
helps a lot. Yes,
Okay.
meditation helps a lot. Yes,
Yeah, you're
and
always
I
very
mean,
calm. Whenever I met you or spoken to you, you're always very calm. However, whatever the fire is around, but you're always cool. That I think that's a good
you
technique.
got to show coolness, right? Let the fire be in you, but not you. Don't be firing at others.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Very interesting. Very interesting input. So, Chirag, how do you see the next 6 months panning out in terms of business, in terms of the business environment, etc. Right? What is your take on that? What are some of the things that you're seeing?
Well, with the economy opening up, the markets opening up, yes, it should pick up in the next 6 months. And especially for cybersecurity, yes, it is the best time. I don't think we ever had any other time better than this now. So in the next 6 months, we will be, if things work out, yes, we should be going out of India as well very soon.
Hmm. Interesting, man. I wish you all the very best with that also,
Thank you
Chetak.
very much.
Okay, great. So,
We'll go to the
Chetak, you touched some, very briefly, but you talked about associations like NASCOM, and happening virtually as well. You talked about NASCOM.
Mhm.
Huh? Chetak, you talked about associations, about
Correct.
conferences. How do you go about, finding out what's happening out there, applying to those, registering or some programs or some roundtables or, whatever. There's so many opportunities that are still there for founders and startups and companies. How
There
do
are
you go about
plenty of them. Yes, there are plenty of them. NASCOM, even if you register on NASCOM, you get plenty of mails of these conferences every day. Data Security Council of India, it conducts almost every day. It conducts two or three webinars. Ethical Hacking Council, EC Council itself conducts a few seminars.
it?
You be with NASCOM or TIE, you are open to the world.
Yeah.
Your email is flooded with conferences. I don't
But
say bombarding, it's flooded with
no, but
that
it's
with
good.
relevant
It's good.
conferences.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
You got
it's
to be
relevant
there, man.
conferences, yeah.
You have to be there. You have to be there
Of
because you
course.
got to know.
If you want business, then yes, you got to be there.
Yeah. Interesting, interesting. So I want to ask you this question, right? In this world, maybe what are the enterprises doing to engage with smaller organizations like you? How are you physically? I mean, you also, it's very important for you to be there, right? They should trust you because ultimately money comes from the people who have the ability to pay. So
Very
how
true.
do you build a trust factor?
First and foremost would be to, as they say, you give some carrot to get more things. You give out some information, however, not all the information. You withhold some which is important.
Okay, okay, understood. Of course, of course.
So when you give out some information, obviously they start trusting you, and of course they will not trust you overnight. But then when you keep interacting with them, they will definitely have confidence in you, and ultimately you will get the business. That is what happened with one of the enterprises which I'm working with. We spoke for the first time in the month of March. I got the project in the month of September. So from March to September, I was talking to them all this
Six
while.
months, six
Yeah,
months,
6 months,
long months. Wow.
6 long months. Yeah, that was investment, and the return of investment will be in the month of December.
When the actual money comes.
Correct.
It's such a long cycle, isn't it, Chetak? But one,
Very
I
much.
guess,
Yeah,
yeah. But you have to do it. You got to stay the course.
you got to do
Very,
it. Yes, you can't just quit in between.
yeah,
That's why I
interesting.
told patience is very very important.
Hmm.
You got to be patient. Keep a cool head. Let the fire be burning in you, but then be patient and have the right approach.
Okay, interesting.
I'm sure in this world you will have many, many negative people around us. Just disconnect with them.
Hmm.
The best way to have a positive mind is meditation.
Interesting. Very interesting. And of course, the self awareness to understand that negativity is around you. You got to stay away from that. I think founders have to be
Very true.
very focused on that as well. Positive,
Very true.
always
Yes, yes,
hustling.
yes.
Interesting. Very nice. Very nice.
And have a realistic approach. You can't expect somebody to give you a project the very next day after you talk to them for the first time. Just not possible. Put yourself in their shoes and see if would you give a project the very first time? No. And the two for a contract of cybersecurity, wherein everything is data, and data is the new air, not oil anymore.
There's
You
a
got
lot
to
of due,
give,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they will, yeah. So also just to ask you, right, what is the kind of due diligence that a enterprise or a large customer would do on you? I mean, would
Oh,
they
it
ask
checks
you a
our
lot of,
background. It checks our previous work.
okay,
It has, I mean, it would go through NASCOM or Data Security Council of India, for example.
hmm,
Even
interesting.
if you have done one mistake or even a minor mistake in one of the previous audits, that goes for a toss. That becomes a black mark on us.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you got to
So
be very, very careful in what we do and the way we approach.
hmm. So
And
this,
even if we say something which, even say, for example, there was a company which wanted something which was not possible by the company X,
hmm,
and the company X committed to doing that particular task, some highly technical audit, which is not in their capacity. The enterprise trader black market that company X. So take whatever is within your capacity.
hmm. Yes. So you got to be very, very careful. No?
Very,
Reputation,
very
trust.
careful. Yes,
Observe. Very nice, Chetak. Thank you for that. So, Chetak, the other question that I have to ask for you, right? So, it's been 4 years of existence. You
correct.
did mention that your product and whatever services, etc., that you were doing 4 years back to 1 year back to today, and what it will be 6 months from now. There'll be a lot
Mhm.
of iterations and changes. Okay.
Yes,
So how do you do the pivot, or how do you build your product or service? How do you? What is the important five, six parameters as you build and as you grow?
be aware of what is happening around you. If you are building something which is already existent, then that doesn't work out. Now you got to be innovative in it and include something which is new only in your product. Iteration or pivoting, I would say, has been a part of Cyberpack because, as I told you, initially we were a product-based firm. We changed from product to services. That took from product development to cybersecurity services, which is totally different. Because we realized that yes, there will be certain things which may go against us. The Aadhaar ruling, for example, in 2018, we realized that yes, it may go against us, and we pivoted in the middle of 2017 itself. That is by starting into cyber security services. The best way is to be aware of what is happening around you. Keep learning, and start. Keep
Keep,
learning.
yeah, that's, I think, the keep learning. I like that what you're
Yeah,
saying, Chetak. Yes, absolutely. So, and also now, I mean, I liked what you're also talking to me about the fact that you're looking at a global perspective.
right.
And one hears a lot about how European and Israeli cybersecurity companies are very strong in cybersecurity and the way they're approaching larger enterprise customers.
Correct.
So, what are the capabilities or skill sets that you think you and even other founders who might be looking to take that path, the global path, compete globally? What are some of those very simple things but important things that you should focus on?
Well, first and foremost, I would say dig deep into anything that interests you, not just about cybersecurity. When you make a choice, dig deep into it. Understand everything. Just the top layer doesn't make sense. Understand the foundations, have a strong foundation. Because when you go out of India, things will be totally different. You may not face a person, or say you may face somebody who might ask you something out of the blue. Keep learning every day. Keep studying.
Yes, I think that's something that we sometimes fail to do, isn't it? The
True.
deep dive research, the
Exactly.
build your intellectual bone, as they say, your
Right.
research bone. Very nice, very nice.
Jagat is calling, so let me take his call.
Good. We also, I want to also ask you one question, right? What are the Jagat is there?
Right.
Jagat, can you hear us or?
Crystal.
Hi, Jagat. How are you?
Hi, Chetak. Wonderful to have you on the platform. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
nice business as well.
Pleasure being on this.
So, Jagat, I like the way Chetak, he's very slow, he's very steady, he's very measured in the way he listed everything. Point one, point two, point three, point four. I really love that. No machine gun kind of thing. So, Jagat, we were just talking about Vidphone, the video mails, and other things. So, would you like to
Mhm.
throw some light? Some of the things maybe that Chetak should know about what you're being up to also.
Sure. Uh, well, it's something I need to learn from Chetak. I think it's very important to be kind of slow. I talk very fast and I talk a lot. You know that. So, but I think both has its pros. I think
Don't worry, Jagat. I am here to compete on that as well.
so. So very interesting. What we've been up to, Vijeta. I mean, obviously, I think the main focus for us, the webinars and our video conferencing business. I think it's very important. Uh, yes, over the past 6-7 months since March, there's been a bloodbath in the space, right? We have all the large guys come in, and the worst thing is that they don't even price the product, right? It's very challenging to compete in that market. So obviously, for us, it's been about innovation. It's what we've been doing. I always tell Akhil that we think of ourselves as an R&D company. We don't think of ourselves as a business so many times. Because technology is like that. You can't go in with a business mindset when you build technology. Sometimes I feel that way, right? Especially when it's a pure technology play. So we've had to innovate a lot. Uh, we have had to build out new products, like Vmail. I say it's the best thing since email. Video mail, I think it's very necessary in today's day and age. As you know, video conferencing, the fatigue that's there. People are getting drained out unnecessarily, I would say. Uh, so video mail gives you the benefit of email along with uh, you know video conferencing, where you can actually send videos and exchange video notes, but it's more on your time. So it gives you the asynchronous nature of email, where it's not like I need to be on it all the time, but the benefit of video, right, where you have the full expression and the facial, the whole features. VCRM, video CRM, we need to redefine the whole customer journey. I mean, I don't think it's a small task, Vijeta. I mean, people are talking of this new normal, old normal, and all of this stuff. I think the world has changed permanently. Already the damage has been done. You cannot think that the damage is not done. It's significant. So we need a new way of doing business. This becomes the norm, right? I mean, and I think that's like the faster I think we accept that, I think the faster we can grow and move. And so that's Vmail, VCRM, stuff like that. So we've been, mainly product innovation. That's what's happening.
No, very good, very good. So, Jagat, I'm assuming that Vidphone has got all the whatever cyber securities angles covered, isn't it? Since we're talking to someone who's into that business.
Look, I think that's a very serious point. I take, you know, in fact, I was one of the last guys in the country to get my Aadhaar. I was one of the happiest guys when the Supreme Court, did right to privacy, when they passed the right to privacy law. I think it was a very, very significant moment in India. Unfortunately, now what happened is that they are already sold out, and that's very sad. There is no going back from here, and that's sad. The moment you download a third-party application onto your system, you open a can of worms. Even if you close the video call, it's not closed. Your camera is on. You look at the recent case of Zoom. There is the sextortion case. Something wrong with my audio. Let me just join back, Vijeta. Can I just come back?
Yeah, come back. No worries. Don't worry about it. So, Chetak, I want to ask you this one question, right? What he's talking about. See,
Sure, please.
there's a lot of things happen. Okay, has he come back? One moment. Let me see if Jagat, have I been able to bring him back? Yeah,
Yes,
Jagat, are you back?
Yeah.
Can you hear us
Yes,
now?
Yeah. Can you hear me also?
Yeah,
Yes,
perfect.
yes.
So I think, Zoom, it has been, I think, even bigger than Facebook, the security issues. It's a very serious problem. And similarly, the other incumbents, all of them are dumping free product. What that means is that clearly the people are the product, and my data every second is just going into this, into these data selling, ad selling businesses, which I think are very dangerous. Once you give up that data, you can never get it back. So ours is secure by design. One of the reasons we keep it browser based is that the moment you close this tab, you are off the video call. No two ways about it. We don't have an application sitting on your desktop that's snooping on whatever you do. And I think for me, it's not about which encryption you use or stuff like that. It's your philosophies. When you are a company that lies about every single statistic, be it your monthly active users, be it your encryption, that is not secure. I don't need to see the encryption to tell you you're not a trustworthy company. So to us, I think it's a trust by default kind of mode, right? I think it's very important. We have to move towards an era where, it's a trust first, what I say, no touch, full trust business, right? So I think
Today it's
it's
a
all
big
in the
challenge.
works.
It is a big challenge today, right? Because your data is out there, and at the same time, many companies also say that without data, I can't run my business. I need data. So healthcare companies say this, correct? I need patient data. It should be mass, but I need it to, if you want me to find a solution for cancer, you got to give me patient data. You want me to find a solution for XYZ. So what does one do? So it's very difficult to say what is right, what is wrong. Data is, and Chetak is saying data is a new air. So it's crazy situation. But then again, everything is fair in today's business world, isn't it? One really doesn't know what to say.
No, listen, I think you always know my views, right? I don't think everything is fair. It's India, and it takes time for the long arm of the law to catch up. Everything is not fair, actually. And Microsoft's case. Today, you look at Competition Commission of India; they're like pulling up, Google Pay, Google. I think it's important to maintain, an equal, kind of equal playing ground for companies. It's very important.
That's true. That's very true.
Look at what's happened in e-commerce in India. Today, we are run completely by America. And let's say for some reason, there is some
So I think,
diplomatic
but
problem.
Jagat, I think the Reliance guys don't agree with you, man. They're coming out with. So you have Reliance also competing against, yeah.
Absolutely. I think Mr. Ambani is the management, and best wishes to them. They are not there yet. I think it's clearly online e-commerce is purely Amazon and Flipkart. And they have given, we have, and I've been part of the ecosystem in 2010. I saw social commerce, e-commerce. We had tons of e-commerce sites in India. Today, there's not a single one.
Yeah, you had Snapdeal, and then you had many people. Yeah, you had many
You
people.
had Napco, you had Shop Clues, you had, all kinds of guys.
Yeah.
Right?
No, things are
That's
tough.
sad.
I mean, yeah. But then, Jagat, I mean, my viewpoint is this, right?
I think
Whether it's
let me
not exactly my viewpoint, the customer decides. So whether you like it or not, if the customer gets the best price points, the best services, or whatever it is from XYZ, they vote with their feet, with their wallet, with their heart, with their mind. So, we got to compete, we got to fight it out, we got to make the difference. And that's what really matters,
At
right?
the same time,
that's wonderful
Vijeta,
because you look
we
at
should also improve our standard.
Yeah, we have to improve our
Just
standards.
because
Yeah,
no, yeah, just because Amazon we have Amazon or Flipkart doesn't mean that Snapdeal cannot exist.
yeah,
Snapdeal can as well exist. This is too big a market for two players to eat.
yeah, yeah. True, true.
that's the wonderful thing as
We need to bring up our level as well. We can't
Yeah,
blame them. The reason why they flourish is because our standard was not there. We didn't have
yeah,
the standard there.
yeah.
no, there are both. I think I would say both sides.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
there.
both sides. There are both sides. See, I
Both
mean,
are.
Chetak and Jagat, you all are talking about innovation, right? In the month of Diwali or Christmas or whatever it is in India, very sadly, the best products, the most beautiful products, were not just which was bought on the streets or whatever was made in China, and
Correct.
people knew it was being made in China, but they were buying because it was cheap, it was durable, it could be. So and it's a very. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what is the right, wrong, or vocal for local or whatever that is slogans that are there, Atmanirbhar, everything. But ultimately, the customer decides, and if the customer has a choice, and he's going to decide on quality or price, as founders, somehow we have to, you have to fight it out and figure it out and make it
I
happen,
agree.
right? I mean,
Because I
Very
agree.
true.
Like, you made a point there, which is, and this is something that's very close to my heart, right? You're talking about a topic that I live and, breathe every day, you know that. And I agree that the customer must have choice. That's the whole point. Now, when I put Google Meet along with Gmail in my mailbox, and you're pre-installing Duo on the phone, which I cannot uninstall.
So then
How do you,
Gmail, Jagat, 10 years back, Jagat was fighting against what? Hotmail, Yahoo. So that time they
I
could
was
have
not,
also made the same argument, isn't it?
I
It's a
mean,
difficult, it's a
the
tough
law,
world. It's a tough world.
the law will take its course, 100%.
Yeah,
I think we have very good legal frameworks, and I think these things will not be tolerated.
yeah. So let's see. I mean, there's a lot of work that the Indian government is doing. I mean, it's not just a. I mean, I'll give you one more industry parallel, guys. If you know about the telemedicine,
Mhm.
okay. So before, like doctors used to say, like, man, unless I see you face to face, etc., etc., how can you even trust this? But then you are forced to
Right.
trust. Again, there's no guarantee, right? The accuracy may not be there, but you're forced to trust. In a large country like ours, no doctor wants to live in a tier three town or a village which doesn't have the basics. They say like we are not struggled all our life and spent so much of time, energy, money, whatever the social impact is, we can't do that. So you see, in a country like India, and I'm sure this is something that Jagat, you and Chetak have to think about it, right? We are different, right? We have certain challenges. We have a lot of whatever, man. Physical security also is not there, right? I mean, some of the smaller towns are not safe. So
Right.
what do we do? What does one do? You have to really figure that out and still make your money, still innovate, still compete against whoever else is there. In fact, Jagat, Chetak, we were talking about this, right? Everyone considers European and American and Israeli companies as the benchmark in cybersecurity. And Chetak is
Right.
today talking about going all out and going for country for customers beyond the Indian borders. What do you do? Okay, so Jagat, it's a situation, right? I mean, this is something that I would really want all the founders to kind of come together. And this is one more topic, right? Come together and fight rather than trying to blame the big guns. So, what do you guys want to take about that?
Exactly.
Chetak, please.
We got to meet. We got to collaborate. We got to go in one, yeah, as one entity.
Yeah, as one entity and whatever, right? I mean,
Correct.
Chetak,
Yeah, and take the market and see and go and explore there. Yeah, we
yeah,
can't
yeah,
go in
yeah.
silos.
Yes, yes.
That's why I
So,
always
I
say
mean,
collaborate. There is no competition. We are not
correct,
a
correct,
competitor for anybody. We are here to collaborate. As long
correct.
as we collaborate, yes, we will succeed. If we compete, both of us or either one of us will definitely get doomed.
Yeah,
And this
true.
this particular country has enough, is such a big market for everybody to sustain. So
I agree.
let us go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Let us work together. Yeah.
Fantastic. And Jagat, I would like you to also, you were mentioning some of the, the Vmail and other things that Vidphone as a platform, correct? You're helping the
Yeah.
businesses to grow. You're helping them to generate leads, etc., etc. We have been also doing some quite a few
Yeah.
interesting startup Sunday that's coming up tomorrow, and then we had other people collaborating on taxes and GST and everything, right? So what else can founders do? Like, Chetak also as a founder, if you can just give some 3 4 bullet points of adopting the innovations that are available at Vidphone.
Well, the innovations available at Vidphone, I think, we are a video communications platform. We bring together one-to-one group and one-to-many video meetings in different permutations, depending on who you are. Uh, why we exist really, and what separates Vidphone. Look, when you said that competition, I agree. I In fact, it's a very good thing that we have competition today. 1 year back, 2 years back, I was really struggling to build video conferencing because we had 3G in India in 2016-17 when I started. Video was not there. So today it's become wonderful. So now it's about what's next, right? Just video conferencing and webinars don't solve any problem. That's the whole point here. We need a brand new, what you can call the customer experience, funnel or the process. How you attract, how you convert, and how you retain customers. The whole way changes. How you attracted before was, doing a poster ad or a paper ad or going to an event. And then you would sit and, follow them up for a long time with, calls and emails. And then afterwards, you would hope that they are happy customers, the retention, right? This was how business was. But sorry, you're muted, Vijeta. But now I think the whole change. Yeah, please go on. Tell me. You're saying something.
No, continue. Please continue, Jagat. I was just, don't worry, I'm on mute. Yeah.
At Vidphone, our mission really is now, as you said, India, we have a very special place in this world, and we are a very proud Indian company. I love my country. India is going to be, I believe, in 2025, the number one country in the world. This is my take on this. It might sound absurd, but wait till 2025. We have way too much history and knowledge deeply ingrained into our society for things to change. We will always find a way. This is my belief. Yes, now there is this corona rise again that's happening. I hope things subside and we are sensible. That's the important part, right? But what people can do with Vidphone, that's our simple thing. You can acquire leads and convert them using Vidphone. That's the whole objective here.
Yes, beautiful. No? Lead generation, conversions, making new customers, new clients, building the trust, and making lots of money. I think that's the positive angle of life, isn't it? And Jagat, the couple of other initiatives. Yeah, I also, if you can just talk a little bit about the Startup Sunday that is also being worked out tomorrow, where we want to get some founders in. We want to just talk about the last few episodes and what's happening around there, some learnings, the challenges that people are facing. So, Chetak, that's also very interesting. You were also part of it. You came and said hello to everyone. And,
Right.
yeah. So, Jagat, you want to talk about that for a quick 30 seconds?
Yeah, firstly, thanks to you, Vijeta. I think it's always easy to do it in pairs. It's difficult doing things alone. And thanks to you. Startup Sunday is something that I felt I also needed. Every startup founder needs this. We don't have the luxury of a large enterprise where we have a large board of directors who can give us expert advice. But trust me, each founder has a lot of knowledge and he's a man of great respect and worth. And even if you have 2 or 3 founders with you for about an hour a week, you can really find a lot of solutions to your problems. And so I said, this is not there because, all startups, I think, face this problem. The founders, CTO, CEO, typically buck stops at you and you're looking in the mirror for answers, right? So I felt, let's open it up. That's what is Startup Sunday. It's an informal boardroom. We've been doing it for a few weeks now. I think we're into 7th episode, I think. The idea is where founders come together and, solve each other's problems. This is as simple as that. We spend 1 hour. It's on Sunday. I believe that founders there's nothing better on a Sunday evening than to find some solution to what you want to work on that week. So that's the idea. Hopefully, you just sleep and you get up and wow, you're fixed, right, on Monday morning. So that's why we do it on Sunday. We were wonderful, right? So many people. I think guys, Nikhil from Mindwise, Vipul, Annapurna. We have a great mix of different types of startups. And I encourage all the startups to participate. You don't lose anything. And it's a great place to come meet people, network. And that's Startup Sunday. LxS, of course, is this 26th episode. Wonderful. I think we're doing a small bit.
Yes, yes, absolutely, Jagat. It's a very good learning. I think we are learning a lot from each other, right, Chetak and Jagat, and that's what really matters also. And Jagat, I want you to, Chetak, you also should give us a input. Okay, I did ask this question again, like, okay, we are talking about vocal for local competition
Mhm.
globally, the laws and government support, whatever. It could be anything, man. It could be. Like, just imagine that nothing is for you. Everything is against you. But as a
Yes.
founder, you got to stay the course, right? What are the couple of things in terms of your mindset, in terms of your skill sets, or whatever it is that both of you would do? Just a couple of points as founders. What would you be focusing on? Let's imagine, Jaga, that all this that you're talking about, the competition, etc., unfair, fair, whatever it is 10 times worse. Okay, visualize that, and then you talk. Okay, Chetak, would you go first? Well, Jagat is thinking of that scenario.
Well, first and foremost, you got to see where you stand in the world. You compete globally, but then you build your base locally. As long as you do not build your base, you cannot go anywhere. Even locally, you cannot stand. Not of India. I'm not talking just of India. In any country, let the founder be anywhere. He has to start from base. So he or she will obviously or should obviously learn as to what is already in the market there. Could be globally as well, and have a set time frame as to by when can you reach that particular, can you attain that knowledge. Could be some certification, could be some technical things, not acquiring customers. That could be some of the hindrance for a person, for a founder, and have some small goals. But then, yes, you should always keep your vision open. And another thing is be receptive to feedback.
Wonderful,
Those who give feedback are generally your well wishers. They are not your They are not your critics.
fantastic. So being receptive, right? I mean, to
Exactly.
That's
interesting.
wonderful. My
Thank
two
you.
cents. I mean, I think I always believe in creativity. I think in business we tend to get too caught up with data and marketing strategies. I think being creative is very, very important. And I think today, as I said, beginning of 2010, it's like what I call AI is not just artificial intelligence; it's artificial imagination. Today, the whole world has to be reimagined. I have to reimagine how education works, how healthcare works, how business works. So one mantra for me is to always be creative. I play music. I make sure I'm doing something creative. And even my work, Akhil and I, we work very, very hard. I have not slept through last night. Uh, we are just non-stop. And that's to me that relentlessness. I think I heard he said perseverance. I think that's very important for a founder today, and it's probably right at the forefront today because you're faced with so much challenge, corona, competition, whatever it might be. So to me, it's about being creative and being absolutely dogged. Like there is no giving up, and this is a dog fight.
Cat fight, dog fight, whatever we say. Interesting, very interesting inputs.
Dog fight, not a cat.
Dogfight,
Yeah,
rat race, whatever it is.
yeah, yeah. So one thing Chetak about Jagat is he's very vociferous about certain things, but
Very
which is
true.
good, man. You
Yeah.
have to be the way you are, right? There's no choice,
I have to
and
back my business. If I don't back my business, no one's going to back my business.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. So fantastic. Yeah, it's been a 1 hour 5 minute conversation, Jagat and Chetak. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank
And
you.
I kind of like
Thank
this
you very much.
some of these features that are there are very cool on Vidphone, and I want to know more about this video mail, the video CRM. And tomorrow, Startup Sunday, we are all going to catch up. It's a friendly, informal boardroom, sharing of insights, sharing of learning. And today,
Okay.
Chetak,
Okay.
26 episodes, buddy. This was the 26th episode of
It's
League of Extraordinary
great
Startups.
work by
Uh,
Ty and Jagat.
Nice insights, very nice insights. Lots of learning for me
Loved
as
it.
well. I take notes,
Yeah.
and to the audience as well. The recording will be made available. It's very beautifully scripted and shared out by Jagat and Akhil from the Vidphone team. So thank you. That's it from my side. Anything else that you guys would like to talk about? 10-15 second blast for enjoyable weekend to our audience.
Chetak, all yours.
Well, I would say just one line: be secure. The cost of being secure is far, far less than being insecure.
Yeah.
Let it be any segment. Could be your insurance, could be health insurance as well. That is also a kind of security for you.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you, Chetak. Jagat, from your side?
Oh no, join us tomorrow for Startup Sunday. That's all.
Awesome. Awesome.
Good.
Thank you, everyone. This is Vijeta saying a very good evening. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thank you, Chetak. Thank you, Jagat. Beautiful conversations, lots of learning and insights. Let's keep the energy going. Let's make our country number one, man. That's all
Oh,
that
yes,
matters. All right.
definitely. Yes.
Take
Thank you,
care.
Vijeta. Thank you, Jagat.
Hey,
Good night.
thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye
Bye.
bye.